Today we're going over Magic the Gathering Green Player Starter Pack. What kind of cards would a green player want if they started Magic the Gathering? Or perhaps you've gone through these cards yourselves. We're going to start off with Heroic Intervention. Man, I had no idea how popular this card is. And you have no idea how many times people are like, hey, Nikachu, do you know what? Why don't we play Merfolk, but splash green for Heroic Intervention because it's a 1 green, 1 generic. Get this. At instant speed, you can give all permanents you control hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. And I'm like, yeah, you could do that, I guess. A lot of people they love the idea of protecting their creatures, not only from the removal spells, but also from the sweepers. Every single green player has felt the wrath of God. Why? Because they're generally speaking a creature deck. I think a lot of green players also they're also in the home of the elves, the Llanowar elves. Evergreen player, they'll take that green starter deck and they learn the value of ramp with the form of Llanowar elves. 1 green, 1/1, add 1 green to your mana pool. And once you start with the elves, once you've had a taste, you'll move up to Elvish Champion. And before you know it, your entire deck is filled with elves. Green, green, 1 generic for a 2/2. Other elf creatures get +1/+1 and have Forest Walk. And all of a sudden, you have a great purpose for your Heroic Intervention. I mean, that's the origin story of every single elf hero out there. They got swept away by a supreme verdict or something, and they're like, this is never happening to me ever again. And they make sure that they prepare for the future with the Heroic Intervention. Abzo with very simple, basic forest. All right, so what's... do you know what? I mean, true story. True story, why not? All right, so what is a green player starter pack? We're making what? Oh, that's a good one, Rancor. Blockers. They say math is for blockers, but let's make the math more complicated with Rancor. Because for 1 green, we get to enchant our creature, and it gets +2/+0, and it has trample. And wherever it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return Rancor to its owner's hands. Who still plays with Rancor even to this day? I mean, hey, some of us haven't let Rancor go, haven't we? You never forget about Rancor. You're looking for a reason to play it in a competitive deck. It's a very nostalgic card. It's one of those cards where you start off playing with and you realize, this card is not nearly as good as it could be. You might as well just be playing like another big creature. But Rancor was just a bomb back in its day. It was such a bomb. Flo Nino with the super chat. Sylvan Library. Okay, this is the starter pack for the extremely rich and famous Sylvan Library for 1 green, 1 generic. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw two additional cards. And if you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay for life or put the card on top of your library. How does this card work at a competitive level? You draw the cards, you're putting them into your hand. How does your opponent know which 2 cards you've drawn? Or do you have to really separate the two? Like you have 2 hands. It's 1 hand, but they're separated between the Sylvan Library hand and your actual hand. I guess this is not too expensive. It's been, the price has been even higher in the past. 34 bucks, I guess it's manageable. If you account for inflation, maybe it's like $5 as of 3 years ago. Cosmic Seeds with Mutagenic Growth. Let me tell you, friend. Imagine a pump spell, but you do not pay mana for it. That's what Mutagenic Growth is. Because for 2 life, and hey, there's some Magic formats out there where you start the game with like 40 life. Target creature gets +2/+0 until +2/+2 until end of turn. Surprise attack, but also get him with the surprise block. Oh, Overrun. This is what starts it all. Yeah, that's right. Overrun. Green, 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 2 generic. Who has not cast an Overrun before? Does everyone remember their first Overrun? Just to put all the creatures on the battlefield, +3/+3, you know your opponent's then swing, and it's all over. Just make sure you're not up against the black deck that killed off all your creatures. And then we have Lumberjacks. The true green player in the room with the Crater Hoof. This is like, I don't know if this is a starter pack. This is the advanced pack. Once you go from the Overrun, you then move on to the Crater Hoof. You realize, oh wow, I can have this on a creature that I can tutor onto the battlefield. Count me in. Because when Crater Hoof enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. And you better believe you're gonna have more than one. Toski, is this now part of today? Is this what the kids, is this part of the starter packs of kids today? Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Great card! What do the green players think of this card these days? Great card, green 3 generic for a 1/1. Can't be countered. Indestructible. Can't complain. Attacks each turn if able. Whatever, indestructible. Can read it again. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. A lot to love on this card. And as if the green players haven't drawn enough cards, Toski will draw them some more. We've got a super chats. Thank you so much. Herbert, Triumph of the Horde. I don't even know if I know this card. Green, 2 generic. Until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample and infect. How to Lose Your Friends starter package. Yeah, I'm the innocent green player over here. Don't mind me. Just attack with my big 10/10 dino. Oh, by the way, it's got infect. Okay, good game, sir. Fog for the win. How long? Does anyone still play with Fog? Raise a hand if you still play with Fog in any of your decks right now, and you do it confidently. You're not doing it for nostalgia. You're doing it, you're fist pumping because you're gonna, I have no idea how you use this card by today's standards. And there's so many better Fogs out there. Like, hey, if you want to play with Fog, at least play with Tangle. Where's Tangle? So once prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn, each attacking creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. At least that's a little bit of a combat trick, in my opinion. Yeah, you waved your hand. You're playing with Fog in 2023. All right, smooth move. I think this is one of the most... Is this even good in Limited? I don't even think it's good in Limited. Liquid Soulfly with Naturalize is the perfect green starter card. Naturalize. And then we also have someone mentioned... not just Naturalize. Can't remember. All right, Naturalize. Green 1 generic to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Isn't this a new one? Oh no, this has been around for a while. It's been around since Gatecrash. Gatecrash reprinting white staples since beta. Unbelievable. King Ginger with the Eternal Witness. That is a good starter package card. That is a good green card. Green player starter pack. Green 1 generic for a 2/1. Enters the battlefield, return any card you want from your graveyard back to your hand. You thought you destroyed it? Well, guess again. That's value with the Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness will always bring back what is gone. Any kind of fight removal. We gotta be a little bit more specific here, Mark Cuban. A little bit more specific. Caravan Vigil. Caravan Vigil. I don't know what this is. What does it do? We need to show off green's true power. Search your library for a basic land. Reveal it. Put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Morbid! You may put that card onto the battlefield instead of putting it into your hand if a creature died this turn. What was another one? Wild Growth. This is an old card. It's funny. It's not even modern legal. It's so old. Enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional green. Ooh, I like the Ram Through. Where's Jesse? We got Ram Through. Got to get that damage through some way. Okay, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. If the creature you control has trample, excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. You know what? You know what this reminds me of? It's like these starter decks and stuff, all these starter cards, they build us these really bad habits that we can't shake off. I mean, there are some good cards in these themes, like through fogging and fighting and, you know, protecting, but they're really niche and narrow. And generally speaking, you just want to have a creature that will like tap fight every turn, or a creature that just automatically has hexproof and indestructible. Gare with the super chat. Been playing since Unlimited. Thicket Basilisk. Thicket Basilisk. I don't even know what this is. Oh, the lure combo was the OG win. Oh, where's the lure? Can you do this all in green? Oh, you can. You can. All right, Thicket Basilisk. Nice picture by Dan Fraser. Green, 3 generic for a 2/4. Whenever Thicket Basilisk blocks or becomes blocked by a non-wall creature, destroy that creature at end of turn. And what you got? Oh, all creatures able to block enchanted creature are do. You block my Thicket Basilisk, and you're gonna block my Basilisk, and you're gonna like it. The good old days. Rowan, green Sun Zenith. The power of the tutors. Tutoring directly onto the battlefield. Search your library for a green creature card with mana value X or less. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Then you shuffle the green Sun Zenith right back into your library to do it all over again. Ooh, I like this one. Totally lightning. We got Thragtusk. Is this still like Commander playable? I shouldn't say that. Anything is Commander playable. Just make sure you're at like the power level of... What power level is this now, though? Is this power, like, you know, I think there was a time this was like power level, I don't know, 6, 7. This is a power 7 card. If I saw if there was ever a power 7 card, here it is right now. Because it's not, I mean, I don't think it's super competitive. But maybe by today's standards, it's like a 4. Green 4 generic for a 5/3 creature. Enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. Because who doesn't like gaining life? But here's the deal. If it leaves the battlefield for any reason, you blink it, exile it, kill it. Blow it up. Stick a bunch of dynamite into your Thragtusk and in kablooey. You get a 3/3 green beast creature token that is the result of that. The beast is immune to the dynamite, at least the first strike. Flo Nino with the super chat. I actually play a green budget deck with ramp cards, destroying lands. Oh, the Acid Moss. The one volley Acid Moss, and with Cloud Thresher. Murktide doesn't like it. What's Cloud? Cloud Thresher. I don't even know what this card is. 6 mana for a flash reach. Enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to each creature with flying and each player. It's just 7/7. But yeah, the Acid Moss card, destroy target land, also search your library for a force card. So it's like land destruction and ramp all in one. Love it. So Thicket Basilisk had Death Touch before it was cool? I don't remember it ever having Death Touch. Or are there new Basilisks that have Death Touch? Oh, in the year 2020, yes, Coco, Collected Company. You gotta build your deck around it, though. Green 3 generic. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You feel the glory of hitting the 2 best cards in your deck, but you also feel the shame when you find a singular mana dork from the top 6 cards. So you get Collected Company giveth, and sometimes Collected Company taketh away. Storm the Festival too? So let's Storm the Festival. Oh, this card. Has this always been big? This is a somewhat new card, just within the last year and a half. Storm the Festival, green, 3 generic. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And if it didn't work the first time, you get to do it another time. It's like Collected Company, but sorcery speed. And way more dangerous. Oh, Tooth and Nail. Doesn't Tooth and Nail have like a kicker? Oh no, it's like Entwine. I guess Entwine, everything is kicker, right? Everything is kicker. Choose one. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards. Reveal them. Put them into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Or, if you paid the kicker cost, shuffle your library and then put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh yeah, I guess you could put like anything from your hand onto the battlefield, and that's the difference, you know? That'd be the difference. Doubling season. What's a green deck without counters? And what's... Hold on. No, sorry. This is not the counter one. Oh, no, it is the counter one. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many of those tokens instead. And if an effect would put 1 or more counters on a permanent you control, you put twice that many of those counters on that permanent instead. What's a green deck without its tokens, without its counters? What is the largest creature you have ever created with counters? That you, like, I don't know, doubled again? Double or nothing for green. And while I wait for your answers, we are gonna thank our sponsors today, FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite place to find deals of the week, I'll tell you what. This is the last day, however, for the, what's it called? List. Yeah, 15% off all the list. Singles. I get all my singles from Fusion Gaming Online. It's the first place I go look for my singles is FusionGamingOnline.com. And if you want to get 15% off anything with that little Planeswalker symbol on the bottom left corner, you're going to get yourself a discount. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, for an additional 5% off, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. Unlock your creativity. Go beyond than the starter pack of green cards. When you're renting with Mana Traders, you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_EK2. And back to starter pack cards. We got Skyneo with Wild Heart Invoker. Thanks so much for the super chat. Did I miss anything else? No. Well, you guys, no one knows how big they've made the largest stuff that they've ever made with counters. I think the largest creature I ever had was nothing, because I never played decks with counters. I think my Ether Vial once got to 9 counters, though. If that counts. Okay, we got the Wild Heart Invoker. For a green 2 generic, a 4/3. Oh yeah, this guy. Pay 8, target creature gets +5/+5 and gain... Oh, it's target creature? It gives things buff and trample. Unbelievable. Connor with the super chat. Colossal Dreadmaw. Is this even in, like, the starter packs these days? Colossal Dreadmaw. No, not Colossal Dream. Colossal Dreadmaw. The 6/6 Trampler. I swear, probably kids these days think that this is a good card, just because of all the memes that are made out of it. You know how you make memes out of Teferi and Jace and all that, but those are good cards. Colossal Dreadmaw. I guess it was a limited bomb. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I honestly didn't play Ixalan Limited, so I wouldn't know. My largest ever was a 124 plant token. Largest, I've never heard of a plant that big before. It's like a Little Shop of Horrors story. People know what Little Shop of Horrors is? It's a 124 counter plant token. That's what it is. And it keeps getting big, and it keeps getting bigger for each creature that it blocks and kills. Oh yeah, that's true. It's one of those counters, I guess, was a -1/+1 counter, whatever. Everyone's saying Galta. Galta this, Galta. Oh yeah, let's look at Galta. Oops. Knew someone that ripped up a Galta before. People didn't like watching that. Green 10 generic for a 12/12. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. And it has trample. Who even plays this thing? I once had a 130 Evolution Sage. Whenever a land enters the oh, interesting. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Got that big, huh? All right, so you're now the new winner. I mean, you guys could just be lying for all I know. Approaching Calamity. Thanks so much for the super chat. Let's show some love to asceticism. Why not? What is this? Creatures you control can't be the targets of spells or abilities your opponents control. That's right. I think, you know, what happens is, like, when you first start playing, I know what the beginner player thinks like. They're like, situation happened to me. Okay, is there a card that helps me prevent that from ever happening to me again? You killed my creature. What green card? So this is where, like, the shop I should interview some people at some local game stores. You know, what are the common questions people get? Like, hey, my buddy killed me with removal spells. They played this black spell and killed my creature. Is there a green card that will prevent that from ever happening? And they're like, I got you, fam. Asceticism. Because your creatures you control can't be the target of spells or abilities anymore. Your opponent's control. And by the way, if they try to blow them all up, you can regenerate your creatures. Polarity with, oh my god, Blanchwood armor. Blanchwood armor. Green 2 generic enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Oh, the Priest of Titania. These are classics. Okay, green 1 generic. Add 1 green mana to your mana pool for each elf on the battlefield. You might even just have some incidental elves. You're not even an elf deck. Flonino back. Oh, Kahalni Hydra with elves. Kahalni Hydra. Can have it turn 3 or 4. Holy, oh, this is not the Hydra I thought of. This is from Rise of the Eldrazi. What is this? Green, 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 green. I think this is the most devotion you can find in a card. Prove me wrong. I mean, maybe there's a 10 devotion card out there. Combo this thing with Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Cost green less to cast for each green creature you control. Ah, I see, I see. You spew the elves and then you spew the Hydra. Quite nice. Luca with the super chat. I'm surprised we haven't mentioned Beast Within yet. I'm playing green. How do I destroy things? With only one, you destroy from within with Beast Within. Green 2 generic, destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green beast creature token. Don't leave home without it. Is this like in every single green deck? Is this like the most common card played? Because I could see this. I don't know if this is competitive playable. Maybe it is, but definitely casual. Everyone's gonna have this card. We have the Dev Casp. Apex Devastator is my favorite green card. What is this? Green, green, a generic for a 10/10. Oh god. Cascade, 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 cascade. And if you cascade into cascade cards, cascade again. This is like build a board starter pack. Just play your Apex Devastator and it'll figure it out for themselves. The BFG has 15 black mana. Oh, in EDH, yes. So it is a commander staple. Well, I know this is a commander staple, but is it a competitive commander staple? Or is 3 mana just like too much mana to just blow things up for green? If you know what I mean. Inscription of Abundance. Yeah, I guess this is pretty stock now. Green 1 generic. If it was kick, and then it's got a kicker of green and 2 generic. If it's kicked, choose any number plus. Sorry, choose 1. If the spell is kicked, choose any number instead. Put 2 counters on a creature. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures they control. Or you get to fight. Get them creatures to fight. That doesn't sound very humane at all. Green player starter pack. Urza's power. Urza's mind. Urza's power plant. This is unfun player doing big powerful things starter pack. Colorless player starter pack. Rocks. Literally was starter into... The Rocks! That's right. A 5/5. He was in a commercial, I think, too. You may have Rocks deal its combat damage to defending player as though it weren't blocked. And you can regenerate Rocks. I mean, it's like he's unblockable. Why even block? It's pointless. Hold on, so if he is blocked, is this like the ultimate lure target? You put the lure on the Rocks. You make everything block it. You regenerate him. And then he also deals damage. We have let's combat. How does this work? You may have Rocks assign its combat damage as the... Oh no, it won't deal double damage. So if it gets... if I understand this correctly, you only get to deal damage once. Is Gaia's Cradle really a starter pack card? I think this is like cards for the... This is rich and famous stuff. Where's... do I have a good picture? Do I have a good... Okay, this is the best... Yeah, this is the best sound effect I can... muster for here. Who's starting where in which starter pack do we find Gaia's Cradle? If Cradle was a starter pack card, then I'm I'm poor as F. That's right. Gaia's Cradle is in the expert pack. I mean, it's in the master pack. It's in the master pack. That's what they make masters set for. Did we do Oh, we didn't do Grizzly Bears. Yeah, we might as well throw a little grizzly bear action in there. Polarity with oh, Llanowar Tribe. True. Llanowar Tribe 3/3 tap add green. It's the Llanowar elf meme. You just combine 3 Llanowar elves together and boom, you've got the meme. The Llanowar Tribe. 3 Llanowar elves all in one. Tarmogoyf might as well be in a starter pack now. I think it's below $10. Oh, yeah. How the mighty have fallen. Yeah, Tarmogoyf's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in all graveyards, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. I actually don't think a single card... Is there any, like, mono-green commander players throwing Tarmogoyf in their deck? You know, vanilla creature, pretty boring, for the most part. Oh, this is a good one. Mr. Deadhead, you know. Defense of the Heart. You got the heart of a beginner. During your upkeep, if one or more of your opponents controls 3 or more creatures, sack Defense of the Heart, search your library for up to 2 creature cards, put those cards into play. Oh god. This is a pretty dangerous card. Shuffle your library afterwards. Yeah, we can go with the Burb. The Burb, Birds of Paradise. The Burb. What's everyone's favorite Birds of Paradise art? I think mine is... I think it's this one. And it's like the promo. Hold on. I think this is hideous as hell. I can't stand this thing. Its face is mutated. There's no beak on that thing. I don't mind the OG. OG one's nice. I've never seen that one, but okay. I think a lot of people might like this one too. To some degree, I'm sure this art is pretty good, but it's like the beginner, or not, I don't know, it's like the default image you get on Magic the Gathering Online, so I can't stand this image anymore. I've seen it just too many times. Oh, there's all the arts to Birds of Paradise. And then if you like the OG art, what shade do you like it? Do you like it nice and bright, or you like it nice and dark, like in the OG one? Dark stuff. Bop has so many good artworks. They've done good for the Bop. Titan of Industry might fit in a starter pack. It might. Titan of Industry. Green, 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 4 generic. 4 generic for a 7/7. Reach and trample. When enters the battlefield, choose 2. Destroy artifacts and enchantments. Gain 5, or sorry, target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 Rhino. Put a shield counter on a creature you control. Did someone say Palaka Worm? Palaka Worm. Is it double K? I think it's double K. The Palaka Worm. A green, 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 4 generic, 7/7. Enters the battlefield. You gain 7 life. Nothing. Green players look at life like blue players look at card draw. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like, that's how I'm looking at it. Depending, like, what color you start off with as your, like, starter color, you know, it's like your starter Pokemon of Magic the Gathering, you might be moving in, like, the right direction of the competitive mindset, or you might go the completely wrong way through the life gain route. Oh, the poor people who get addicted to life gain. Don't get addicted to life gain, kids. It's not good. And it doesn't last for it's a short high. It doesn't last long. What's vigor? Or you mean force of vigor? I think there is a card called vigor though. Vigor. There it is. Green, 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 3 generic for a 6/6 trampler. If damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. When Vigor is put into the graveyard from anywhere, shuffle into its owner's library. Would we consider Primeval Titan a starter card? I'm sure there's still some people playing with this card on, like, their kitchen table. It's like, I can't play this in Commander, but I can play it with kitchen table magic. So this 6/6 giant, look through your deck for lands put on the battlefield. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Yeah, I know you can't use it. Well, hey. You can't use it in Commander. Plaka was uncommon in Conspiracy. Best ever limited pool for green. Oh, Thorn Elemental from David. Who remembers the good old Thrawn? No, Thorn. Who remembers Thorn Elemental? Green, green, 5 generic for a 7/7. You may have Thorn Elemental assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Thorn in your side. What is the green avatar? Is there a green avatar? Hey, Pause Brown. Thallid? What is this? I don't even know what this is. There's a million Thallids. Oh, there is actually a Thallid of Thallids. Green 1/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on Thallid. Remove 3 spore counters from Thallid. Put a 1/1 green sapling creature token onto the battlefield? What a crap card! That's so bad. Oh, you guys mentioned Scavenging Ooze a lot. Oh, that's Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, that's a starter pack card. It's, oh man. I thought this would be like $20 one day. Holy crap, was I wrong. Boy, did I lose a lot of money on that spec. Well, I didn't speculate it. I don't know where, I got like a Scavenging Ooze as a promo. Which one of these with stupid things did I get as a promo? This one. I thought, wow, one day you're gonna be $20. I was dead wrong. Worst prediction of my life. Wizards just printed this thing into oblivion. Green 1 generic for a 2/2, but for a green, exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, put a +1/+1 counter on Scavenging Ooze. The double duty, dealing with the graveyard, also beefing up your Scavenging Ooze. Ooh, I like this one. From Graphic Pabst. Fauna Shaman. We got the Fauna Shaman here. A green 1 generic for a 2/2 Elf Shaman. Green tap, discard a creature card. Search your library for a creature card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Great way to discard those Llanowar elves. Turn them into Llanowar tribes. Or probably something a little bit better. Survival of the fittest. I don't blame you if you made this one of your first green cards. Green 1 generic, pay a green, discard a creature card, search your library for a creature card, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Basically the enchantment version of the Fauna Shaman. Hogak? You people, you serious with Hogak, you people? Who the hell is playing this card? There's no way that this is a starter card in anyone's deck these days. Like, even in a... Can a green deck use this? I mean, I guess they can, if you have enough green creatures out. In theory, like, an elves player can play this, right? Yeah, you just get a bunch of elves to, like, tap and put it onto the battlefield. Have we spoke of force of nature? This is like, okay, green player starter pack 1993. I think even by today's standards, no one plays this card anymore. Oh, I think maybe today's Force of Nature might be the Protein Hulk. Get your protein powder ready, because it's time for what is a Protein Hulk? It looks like this bubbling frog to me. So when it dies, search your library for any number of creature cards with total convert mana cost 6 or less, put on the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. What a weird card. Reoccurring Spore Frog. This definitely a green starter pack card. And Caustic Caterpillar. Is there a combo here? Oh, you get one card. It's gonna be Spore Frog. Sack the Spore Frog, prevent all combat damage that be dealt this turn for the 1/1. Yeah, you can do the fake block and then the sack and prevent all the damage. We already did Eternal Witness. Oh, what's Cultivate, Christopher? Cultivate. Oh yeah, green 2. Who doesn't like ramping? What are all the ramp cards in a starter pack? Green 2 generic. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put one on the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle. Oh yeah, there's what is greater good? Greater good. The green 2 generic. Oh, it's an enchantment. Sack a creature. Draw cards equal to the sack creature's power. Then discard 3 cards. Oh, you had me in the first half, but you didn't really have me in the second half. I can see a lot of people enjoying this card, though. Draw cards equal to... That has to be an enormous card. It's got to be Allosaurus Rider big. That's how big it needs to be. Oh, Defense of the Heart. Nice one, Alex. The defense! Oh, no, we looked at this one. Thanks anyway. Polarity! Thanks so much for the super chat. Phyrexian Hydra was in Mirrodin Prestige starter. It doesn't have to literally be in a starter, but it's like, you know, this is supposed to be spiritually. Spiritually, if we made a starter deck, a starter pack, what are all the cards that would be in it? Green 3 generic for a 7/7 Infector. If you always want, just in case your opponent has infinite life, you need to have some way to beat that, and that is with the infect creatures. If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Hydra, prevent that damage. Put a -1/-1 counter on Phyrexian Hydra for each 1 damage prevented this way. Gotta have that plan B always in hand. Return of the Wild Speaker? What is this? Return of the Wild Speaker. I don't even know what this is. Instant. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn. Instant overrun. Sort of. No trample, though. Oh! This is the starter card of all starter cards. Genesis Wave. This still, it still costs a little bit of money. It's still in there, like hanging around at $6. Green X. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield into your graveyard. Jesse with Pride Sovereign in the Cats and Dogs starter pack. Pride Sovereign is a 2/2 cat lord that exerts cats onto the battlefield. Freestyle Did we do Primordial Hydra? Primordial. There must be some Hydra tribal deck out there. Green X for a 0/0 enters the battlefield. Put Primordial Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, double the number of counters on Primordial Hydra, and Primordial Hydra has trample as long as it has 10 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Giant spider. I think this is pretty poor even for a start pack. Who wants to play with giant spider these days? Didn't they make like a superior giant spider at this point? Like they reprinted giant spider at like 3-4 or something like that? I don't remember. Did we do Scoot Swarm? I don't think we did Scoot Swarm. I think this is like one of the newer cards that is now like de facto mono green player starter pack quality. 1/1 landfall enters the battlefield. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, though, create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. And you know why this card is so good? Your opponents will resign just looking at you trying to calculate everything that you're trying to do. Because making Scoot Swarms into Scoot Swarms is beyond frustrating. Hey, the boot Scoot in Boogie. Another person trying to vote for Guy's Cradle. Strangleroot Geist. The 3/2 with haste and undying. Rake Rock with Asika's Chariot. Who's Asika? I don't even know who Asika is. This is their chariot, I guess. Green 3 generic for the 4/4. There's a battlefield. Create 2 green cat creature tokens, and whenever the chariot attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Ooh, I like that one from Shamui, Tireless Tracker. The green 2 generic 3/2. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, investigates. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put a +1/+1 counter on Tireless Tracker. Get your landfall on, and then you get your card draw on. You know what? It's a bit weird. I think green draws cards better than blue. If that sounds strange, I'm pretty sure they do. Like, it's hard to pull. Usually blue has to invest, like, I don't know, a card and a bunch of mana to draw cards. Whereas with green, they have some creature. They get some creature or some permanent in addition to the card that they just drew. The Beast Whisperer from Chris. Whispering. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. Broken with elves. Absolutely broken. Armageddon with the Guardian Project. Before I leave, I mean, Beast Whisperer is underrated. This is a very, very good card. Borderline playable in Modern. The hell is this? Looks like some scene from some weird sci-fi movie. That's why I don't like the Simic. I really don't. I think the Simic are weird. It's from they all look like they're from some cheap budget sci-fi movie, in my opinion. So green 3 generic enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or creature card in your graveyard, draw a card. Every Simic image just looks like it's from like some budget Star Trek nonsense. Instill Energy. Is this like our super old card? It is. Enchanted creature. It has got haste. Pay 0, untap enchanted creature. Activates this ability only during your turn and only once each turn. So you get to attack and just untap it immediately. What a weird card. Is Dig Up a card? Dig up, stupid. Don't dig down. Oh, this is a real card. Green. Search your library for basic land card and reveal it. Put it into your hand, then shuffle. Oh, I see. And then for the cleave cost, you just search your library for anything. If you paid the cleave cost, if you remove the words in square brackets. So search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Oh, Yoshu with the Great Henge. Yep, this is starter pack quality. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, that is so expensive. Good God. Oh, poor starter players. I think this is Gaia's Cradle territory, actually. Damn. I think every green player wants to start their Magic journey with this card. Because who doesn't want this spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control, tapping it to gain double green and gaining life at the same time. And whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on it and draw a card. I mean, it basically does everything. No reprint yet? But it's all, well, we've had a million promos. These promos not enough? Not enough to quench the appetite of everyone that wants this thing? What do we have here? Underseller. Make. I don't even know. What the hell is a Mekondid? Green 2 generic for a 1/2. Enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. And it ramps. It's a very honest card. Very, very honest. Oh, Mana Bloom from Garbo. So many people ask me about this card. Green X. Mana Bloom enters the battlefield with X charge counters on it. Remove a charge counter from Mana Bloom. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Activate this ability only once each turn. Are you allowed to do that in Commander? Can you just put a bunch of charge counters and all of a sudden, like, add, I don't know, black when your Commander identity is only green? At the beginning of your upkeep, if Mana Bloom has no charge counters on it, return it to its owner's hand. This is a way to cheat in Commander for colored mana, or it's just impossible. Tommy says, can we have an episode where we throw magic card names at Nika Bro and he has to guess whether it's real or not? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that one. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think it over. It sounds good on paper, though. People are... Spike Feeder. I like that one. Green 1 generic. Enters battlefield with 2 counters on it. Pay 2, remove a counter. Put on another creature. Or you just remove the counter and gain 2 life. Corbinik, a Decree of Savagery. That doesn't sound nice. Oops. The hell is this? Green, 7 generic. Put 4+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. You can cycle it for 6 mana. Whenever you cycle Decree of Savagery, you may put 4+1/+1 counters on target. Oh! That's not bad. 6 mana. Basically 6 mana, put 4 counters on something and then draw a card. But it's guaranteed. It's well, I don't want to say it's uncounterable. It is uncounterable by most conventional counterspell standards. We have from E, we got a super chat. Paradise Druid. Oh yeah, the new standard for mana dorks. Do you hate your mana dorks getting picked off by removal spells? Do you wish there was a solution to your problem? Introducing the Paradise Druid. Because while she doesn't work, she is indestructible. Because as long as she has hexproof for as long as she is untapped. But beware, shields down. You start adding mana. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kaya. Thanks so much. Herbert. Carpet of Flowers. This is going deep. When you're out, if you know you have friends that are in blue, you're gonna want the Carpet of Flowers, because during your main phase, you may add up to X mana of one color to your mana pool, where X is the number of islands target opponent controls. This would be put in like a Vivian versus Jace deck. Sorry, Jace. Have a lot more mana here. Heritage Druids actually. I think this is like, you know, this is a starter card for the Elves players. Dav says, I think Colossification is an absolute icon everyone knows about, and it's a noob trap. It's a noob trap? Colossification? Oh, it sounded like we did this one already. All right, let's go with that one. Colossification. Oh, this thing. The giant kitty. Okay, green, green, 5 generic. Whenever the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets plus 20, plus 20. You know what? It can be used as removal on the turn that enters the battlefield. You need to attack for the win, just put colossification on the thing. You need to be able to cast this at instant speed. But you know what sucks? This can't kill... Oh, no. Yeah, I guess it can kill someone in Commander. You just put it on your Commander and then swing for the win. Oh, I got Polarity here with another super chat. Thanks so much. Ancient News. I don't even know what this is. Green, green, 5 generic for a star. Its power and toughness are each equal to the total converted mana cost of other creatures you control. Oh. So it doesn't include itself. So it dies on the spot. If it's the only thing on the battlefield, instant death. Michael with Heaven/Earth. Heaven deals X damage to each creature with flying. Well, so does Hurricane. I guess it's the same thing, right? So it's Hurricane. Oh, no, it doesn't hit players. Hurricane can hit players. I would say this is also a starter pack card. I think Hurricane's underrated. I think Earthquake is underrated, frankly. This is like Reach. What's wrong with Reach? Oh, that's a good one. Shaper Sanctuary. Gotta get that value. You gonna kill my creatures? It's gonna come at a cost. Cost of cards. Because whenever a creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. William with Emerald Dragonfly. Green, 1 generic for a 1/1 flying. First strike. Green, green. First strike until end of turn. Oh, God. Unplayables. Starter pack. Graphic Pabst. Life Crafters. What is this? Life Crafters. Bestiary. This is colorless card. If we're gonna count this, at the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Whenever you cast a green creature spell, you may pay green if you do draw a card. Well, if we like made that, if that flew, we can go with Dryad Arbor, I guess. Dryad Arbor. Is this thing green? I don't think it is. I think it's colorless. The colorless land that adds a green. Heaven is instant upon death, hopefully. Oh. Oh, Yavimaya. Yavimaya Cradle. The Cradle of Growth. Any deck can play this card. Not even just the not just the green players. Does this help in general? What do new players... If a new player looks at this card, does it look useful to them? They're like, oh, my cards are already adding... They're already forests. What's the point of this card? Does it combo with anything? I don't know. Do green players play like Dust Bowl, Maze of Ith? I guess it helps in that regard. Oh, Wild Defiance. Wild Defiance is amazing. Green 2 generic. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of an instant or sorcery spell, that creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Good for the Infect players. I'd be very, very suspicious when a Wild Defiance hits the board. Dryad Arbor is green because it's a creature. That's not true at all. Okay, let's see what it says here. Dryad Arbor isn't a spell. It's affected by Summoning Sickness, and it has tap, add green. It is a colorless land, though. Lands, in general, are colorless, and they're only green or red if the card says so. Like, if you activate Raging Ravine, it says it turns it into a green and red creature. So... it's green. Everyone says it's green. So I guess I have to say it's... Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, the OG specified. That's stupid. Then why doesn't the new one specify? That's pretty confusing. Yeah, the old printing says it's... Hold on, but what's the Oracle text say? Did they remove it? Dryad Arbor isn't a spell. It's affected by summoning sickness, and it has tap at a green. I'm gonna assume it's green. Rules. Dryad Arbor is changed into a basic land type. Although it's printed with a charismatic forced... Where's the word green? Due to its color indicator appearing to the left of the type line. Oh, they have these things over here called color indicator. You hear that? They got the color indicator over here. I'm green. Okay, I learned something. Well, sorry. I didn't know that. I wasn't even aware there was such a thing called a color indicator. Yeah, basic forest isn't green. That's true. Lands in general are not, they don't have a color. Based on this Dryad Arbor, it looks like it's a colorless card. Based on this one, it says it's green. Alright, we got, Gunblade Knight. Have you already done Tameo Safekeeping? Nope. Tameo. If so, how about nothing? Say no more. Tameo Safekeeping. Green instant. Target perm you control gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. And you gain 2 life. Little pot sweetener there. Oh, Realm Walker is now a big one. Yeah, Realm Walker. For all them tribal decks. Where are the tribes in green? Beast. Elves. Maybe Kithkin. Spiders. Hydras. I'm drawing a blank here. Saprolings. Insects. Dinosaur. Yeah, dinosaur. Rhinos, I guess. Oh, squirrels. Can't believe I missed that one. Yeah, squirrels. Oozes. A lot of oozes. A lot of worms. What do you guys think? Early bird gets the worm, or does the early worm get eaten? I don't know if it's... if I wake up early, should I go out or not? Yeah, elves, of course. Oh, the wolves! And the tree folk! Oh, Realm Walker for everybody. Oh, this is a going acidic slime. I like this one from Yo Liddy. Yo Liddy Ted! I have fond memories of acidic sliming my opponent's lands away. I once had an opponent... Like, I acidic slimed them so many times in a tournament that they requested to look at my deck afterwards, and I am 100% sure they were trying to see if I was playing with like 7 acidic slimes in my deck. They just couldn't believe how many times I acidic slimed them over and over and over and over again. Acidic slime, blink my acidic slime, dies, reanimated back, acidic slime. Slime time, because it's a 2/2 creature with death touch, and when it enters the battlefield, it's a Swiss Army knife. You destroy artifacts. It can destroy enchantments, but also destroys lands. It's pretty insane. What do we got here? Oh, bears also. Yes, you can. Also, bears is a Realm Walker thing. I'm a bob. Oh, how did we get this far without the Terrasti? Terrastodon. Thanks so much, Steven. Terrastodon. The green 6 generic 9/9. Enters the battlefield. You may destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. For each permanent put into a graveyard this way, its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. This creates quite a conundrum because you can also blow up your own lands if you need the defense. It's like my opponent has an army. I need a defense. Well, let's just blow up all our lands. We have 3/3 green elephant creature tokens. It's a Swiss. This is a real Swiss Army knife. What is Tartless Provisioner? I don't even know what this is. I'm trying so hard, Abzo. The 3/2 enters the battlefield under your control. Create a food token or a treasure token. That's not bad. Tsunami. Green card sideboard starter pack. Destroy all their islands. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh, this is a new starter pack card. Old Growth Troll. This could end up being like a really big competitive card as well, though. So ain't good. But it's cheap right now. Get your old growth trolls while they're basically worthless. $2 for this card is a steal. There's no way in hell Golgari Grave Troll is a starter pack card. No one plays that card. Except stupid, degenerate graveyard players. Corbinek with the Vaxing Shusher. Quiet, you. Got a hybrid green-red for a 2/2 Goblin Shaman. It can't be countered, and target spell can't be countered. Is Wild Nicodle in every... I don't know if everyone plays Wild Nicodle. I'll give you this one, Anna, but that's about it. It's an okay green card. It's an okay green card. Mr. Very Smart, Moon Sprite. What's going on here? It's a 1/1 flyer. This is one of the worst. I mean, we should do another worst creatures episode, but worst green creatures, worst blue creatures. This is one of the worst green creatures for sure. It's literally a 1/1 for 2 mana. I guess it flies, if that means anything. Shifting Ceratops for 35 cents. Oh, this is pretty good. Can't be countered. Pro blue. And it gains your choice of trample, reach, or haste until end of turn. This is actually a pretty sick card. Nice Shakespeare quote, though. What's the Shakespeare quote? I am that merry wanderer of the night. Whatever. I'm not really familiar with A Midsummer Night's Dream. Actually, I should be familiar with that. I'm sorry, my teacher in high school. I forgot everything that you taught us. We had to learn some Shakespeare. Alright, Caustic Caterpillar. We'll end up here with HK015. Caustic Caterpillar. With a 1 green for a 1/1, pay a green 1 generic, sack it to destroy target artifact or enchantment. So don't peeve me off. I'm gonna caterpillar your thing to death. Alright, thanks so much everyone for showing up this morning. As usual, if you want to be part of the show, be here 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks everyone for the support. Everyone who's a member, a patron on Patreon, if you want to support the channel, and also for all the super chats. I really appreciate it. But most importantly, I gotta thank everyone for showing up here. Gotta thank King Ginger, Tommy Siddons, Monster CC. We got Bread here. We got Michael Praise, Abzo. We've got, who else? Herbert, Aaron, Dem, Limer. We got HK. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, because without all of you guys, I got nothing. The show dies tomorrow. You just hear my announcement. All right, Coffee and MTG is packing it up. So thanks for keeping Coffee and MTG running. So as usual, keep brewing up those coffees, my coffee crew, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.